Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 12-player Phantom match here on the map, Phantoms on Ice. Without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our players. We'll start at the 12 o'clock position and then go clockwise. Starting off in the north, we have the Snow White player of Noobish. He's playing as a UA for this match as a 900. In the 1 o'clock position, we have in Ruby Red, it is Crines. I think I say his name. He is a Cybran. He is an 800. In the 2 o'clock position, we have in Imperial Gray, it is Sith. He's playing as a UEF. He is a 2200 rated player. He is the highest rated player in the game. To his south in the 3 o'clock position, we have in Orange Color Orange, it is Buttons, playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1600. Continuing on in Pac-Man Yellow, we have as a Seraphim as well, it is Ickness. I think is how you say his name. He is a 1300. In, is it Stitch Blue? I think it's Stitch Blue. We have as an Aeon, it is Death by Succubus. He is a 1700. In the 6 o'clock position, we have in Glow in the Dark Green as a UEF, it is Mr. Snuffleguns. It's an interesting name. He is a 900. In Rust, in the 7 o'clock position, we have as an Aeon, it is Skeptical Husky. He is a 1900. In the 8 o'clock position, we have in Batman Gray as a UEF, it is Active Backlash. He is a 1600. Moving on to the 9 o'clock position in Amethyst Purple, we have Strike. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 2000 rated player. To his north, we have in Sherry Crimson, it is the Cybran of Renaz. He is a 1600. And then last but not least, we have in Forest Green, the best color, of course, playing as a Cybran. It is Legends. He is a 1700. So for this 12-player Phantom game, I'm going to go by the teams in terms of listing off the faction setup. We have on at least the yellow side of things, there's 4 UEF, there's 1 Cybran, 0 Aeon, and then 2 Seraphim. And then on the purple side of things, there are 0 UEF, 2 Cybran, 2 Aeon, and then 2 Seraphim. So the total would be 4 UEF, 3 Cybrans, 2 Aeon, and then 4 Seraphim. No, that math doesn't make sense. Oh, it's 3. It's also 3. So it's 4, 3, 2, 3. Anyway, looks like all of the players, of course, have their middle mechs, and then looks like some of them have grabbed their secondary mechs. It's kind of similar to Bunny Roanoke, where there's, the main island, and then there's a little bit of the secondary islands. Not as much as the secondary island, but, there's, of course, all of the hives that players are going to be building as the players are expanding in their power and mass and all of that sort of stuff. And again, it is a Phantom match, so the beginning of the game is kind of just not boring, but not a lot of players are being really active. A lot of players did vote for 4, it looks like. So in a 12-player game, a third of them are going to be Phantoms, which I feel like is a good number. It's about 33%. That's how usually a 6-player game goes. It's a third of them being 2. So lots and lots of betrayals are probably going to happen. Not necessarily right now, but eventually. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their Halloween. I figured it was going to be a nice spooky game to have Phantoms on Halloween. So hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves, going trick-or-treating. If you do like that. If not, then, hopefully you're eating some candy or something. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, I know the beginning of the game, like I said, is pretty boring. That's why I've kind of sped it up a decent amount. These players are starting to get their mexes upgraded and thinking about what they want to do. There is not a super big pond. I mean, it is a continuous pond, but there's really not a lot of space between the players' bases. So we could see maybe more longer range options or shorter medium range options in terms of artillery. We could see just a experimental just walk across and call it a day. So we will see what players' strategies are, and then the ratings go from an 800 to a 2200. So there is a decent gap between those, but there are, another 2000, there's a couple 900s, 16, 1700. So there's a nice mix of ratings. So it's not just heavily one-sided in terms of there's really low rated and then really high rated. So we'll see what all these players are up to. Let's take a look and see if we can maybe spot some of the phantoms. I wouldn't be surprised if Death by Succubus is one. He's sitting at 440 mass income roughly. We do see Skeptical. Do we already see somebody? Somebody is already broken. We do see on the western side. Let me slow it down a little bit. Strike is being hit by Renaz's bombers. Ooh, he's already lost some of his pigeons. That's not good. Renaz is not a phantom, or I highly doubt that he's a phantom. But looks like he might just get killed off by Renaz. But looks like the bombers have been destroyed for the most part. There's one over here kind of roaming around. You can see this is what he can see. He has only broken with Strike, and Strike, of course, is still allied with everybody else. That is very close to killing him off. I don't know if he just took a guess. I didn't see anything in chat about I am Phantom Sue, so don't kill me, says Legends to Renaz. Maybe he wants to kill Renaz, or sorry, kill Strike early and eliminate a Phantom. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to eliminate at least one of the Phantoms. That way it's 3 Phantoms versus 8 innocent, but we'll see if he continues blowing up his stuff, which he is going to do so still. And it looks like those bombers are soon going to be dealt with by the AA emplacements. We have T1 Zooey inbound, which actually isn't a terrible idea because you just send some forces that way because his opponent is relying primarily on strat bombers and they take a little bit of time to spin up. It looks like they're more focused on killing off the base than they are focusing on protecting their own. And it is a short little hover over there, so it's not a big deal. And bomber gets shot down again. One more bomber remains. Again, that's going to be a little bit of reclaim for Strike to be able to scoop up. He has a naval facility now started. Do you see those T1 jesters running around to start thinning out the Zooey ranks? They've killed up a couple of mexes and then the Soothsayer that was there. But again, in terms of losses, Renaz has not lost as much as Legends. And not Legends. Sorry, Strike. I keep thinking this is, for some reason, I keep thinking this is Legends. This is Strike. Looks like Legend and Renaz were talking about their side. They are Phantoms. So these two are Phantoms right here, which, as we know, is the not the best and not the worst situation. Really, what you want is you want a Phantom. If you're a Phantom, you want a Phantom, an Innocent, and then a Phantom. And then you team up to kill off the Innocent immediately. So that's one player already just eliminated. And then you can focus outward. At least in a 6-player Phantom game, at least. Bomber continuing to drop payloads, kills off all the engineers, going for those destroyers, it looks like. And it's just more and more strat bombers, looks like, not changing up his strategy at all, at least as of right now. I'm surprised that maybe he hasn't gone for gunships, which I think he wants to be in and out pretty quick. But again, there's a lot of AA now being built for Strike everywhere, so I think it's being less and less effective. And the Zooey are being less and less effective because they're being killed off pretty quickly by jesters. Anything else crazy happening? Couple of aircraft carriers down here, and that's nothing too crazy. Death by Succubus at almost 6. Jumper's constantly jumping, but 630. And Skepto Husky's at 700. So that makes me think he's definitely a Phantom. Legends is at 630 as well, so that makes me think he's a Phantom. Sith at 600, and then Ignis at 600, 500, 600, something like that. So I don't know. That's 5 players that are roughly at 600. He could be the Paladin, Ignis can be. But Strike is at 260. I don't know if Renaz wants to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of being a Phantom earlier. Usually the first one to break is usually the one that doesn't survive long. He hasn't broken with anybody else, just Strike. So it doesn't... I don't know. The eco numbers just don't add up to being Phantom. Legends did message Renaz about being a phantom. So looks like yo, death is phantom. Help me versus you can make T3PD in range of his stuff. Looks like Ignis and Mr. Snuffleguns are talking about death by succubus being phantom, which Ignis is the yellow, and then the Snuffleguns is the glow in the dark green. So they are actually the they are on opposite sides of death by succubus. He has a lot of hives going. He's producing a lots of aircraft carriers, which is typical in Phantom games because you just don't have the space realistically to rely on a big air grid. So might as well save that for P-gens and shield generators, for at least the space, because limited options. But we do see Strike is pushing back Renaz. Renaz going for an upgrade of his own. Have no idea what he's up to, at least in terms of that specific upgrade. Probably what's his arm? Is it a center? It could be. I highly doubt it's teleporter. Yeah, it's not drawing that much power, so it's maybe laser, but it didn't look like it was upgrading his arm. It looked like it was upgrading his chest plate. Phantom, by the way, says death by succubus to Ignis. So, oh well, maybe I don't know. Maybe they're just gesturing or something. I don't know. In terms of like, hey, I'm a phantom. Don't attack me. Because nothing is guaranteed yet, especially at almost 20 minutes on the clock. Phantoms have not been revealed yet to the player base entirely, so maybe a little bit of lying going down. But that chicken is really not helping the things on Death by Succubus's island, to be fair. There's another chicken inbound as well. Ooh, that's not great. Paladin says to Ignis, he's Phantom, don't attack me. I'm Phantom 184, skeptical to Ignis. That's the bonus. There's a bonus number that players use to identify themselves as Phantoms, essentially, for every game. For eco and whatnot. And there is one omen, which unfortunately one omen is not going to be enough. Honestly, the chicken can just stand there, and then Death by Succubus looks like he just control K's. He's like, I'm out of the game. And he was a Phantom, chose no like a Chad's. There's a little message there. And in a Phantom game, once you die, all your stuff blows up. So one Phantom is eliminated at 21 minutes, which means it is 3 versus 8 in terms of Phantoms versus Innocents. You see a ton of air units being thrown over Strike's base from Active Backlash. Has Active Backlash broken with... Yes, he has. He has broken with Renaz as well. Or Renaz has broken with him, one or the other. He's broken with everybody except for Legends. So maybe he is a Phantom. But that does... Again... I don't know. I just feel like the bonus... I mean, he's at 560 now, so there's that. Skeptical Husky's at 1.3k. We do see to the north, Nubish is being hit by a nice little bug from Legends. And that base for Nubish is not looking too good. He does have Shield online and T3, so he has some hit points to play with, but he is getting bombarded by Strat Bombers. That is not fun. He does have some AA, so that's going to help keep him alive maybe a little bit longer. There's more strats inbound, unfortunately, for Nubish, and it looks like he might just be... he needs 2 more hits. I think only 1 dropped, maybe? It looks like only 1 dropped. Yeah, so he will survive and get underneath the surface of the pond. We do see some invading SACUs, or just scooping up reclaim. So his island might just be taken over by Legends here shortly. And then to the north, we do see Sith is attacking Cry. I still can't even say his name right. Ooh, that's a little bit of some cascading with some SACUs. That's unfortunate. Ooh, not super good. So probably Sith might be Phantom. Again, obviously Skeptical Husky at 1.4k. That's a lot of eco, my friend. Especially at obviously 23 minutes. Again, it is a Phantom game, so he might have that Phantom bonus, but that's still, look at that. Everybody else hasn't even reached 1,000 yet, and he's at 1.4. That is nuts. Fleet from Buttons is attacking that of Sith, so Active backlash, not active backlash, so buttons 730. He's probably innocent. And we do see, it looks like both Crines and Nubish are going to probably try to cobble together something together and build something up there to the north. And in the west, we have Wagner's attacking the T3 naval headquarters for strike. They're still going at it over there to the west. Mikey is online. Chicken is online over there. To the west, or to the north, essentially everything is gone for Nubish. It's being eliminated as we speak. We have a couple of PD being built on board the island. We have a little bit of an air fight, looks like, between that of Active Backlash and Sith. This base isn't looking too great for Sith now. We do see some chickens inbound. Don't know if they're inbound for Button's base or for Sith's base. An explosion to the north. There goes Nubish. He was defeated by, looks like, who was that? That was Legends. It looks like he got destroyed in terms of the galaxies, I would imagine, or something. But he has been defeated. And Active Backlash has been defeated by Skeptical Husky. Ooh. Looks like he got sniped by some Solaces. That's unfortunate. So that base goes up in flames. And now he's moving northward. So Skeptical Husky looks like he's inbound for... Yep, he's inbound for that base. Nubish says that's a Phantom and that's a Phantom. So they think that he's a Phantom. He thinks he's a Phantom. He's a Phantom. And I mean... Yeah, but I mean, Skeptical Husky isn't in that list, which I think is odd, because Skeptical Husky has a huge boost in terms of eco, and he's attacking strike right now, so I feel like it's, I don't know, because one of the Phantoms is confirmed dead, so maybe we have innocents just attacking one another at this point. Kill says, Crines. We'll see chicken in the base here for Team 2's Buttons. The chickens also from Team 2's Ignis are here. They've killed off one chicken, but again, it's not going to look good. We do see that, Sith is on the shoreline right there. Looks like he's been targeted, and there he goes. Killed off by Buttons' gunships. He was the pallet. Oh, no. So if Buttons is innocent, that is unfortunate. That's why I was thinking, I was like, the numbers don't add up. Why did he break? He was Pala, says Nubish. Yeah, I don't know. That does strike me as odd. So at 26, his first time playing Phantom. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, so we can forgive him for that. But to the north, we have a lot of harms being built to shoo away these galaxies. That's probably what ended up killing off Nubish, to be honest, was those torpedoes on board. So I just didn't see who he got killed by. Could have been also these as well, these cormorants. But we've lost at the 1 o'clock position, 12 o'clock position, the 2 o'clock position, and then the 8 o'clock position. And the base for innocent Crines is dead. And then the strike has been defeated by Skeptical Husky. That's another one dead. It's another loss, so it's another innocent just gone by the wayside. And now the Phantoms essentially exist on the western side of the map, and then the innocents exist on the well, I can't draw that right. The east side of the map, or actually southeast technically. But they have 4 bases between the 3 of them, and it looks like it's 3 bases so far for Team Phantom, or frenemy team, I should say, for Phantoms. He broke with me too, says Nubish, so it looks like maybe they're still talking about maybe they're probably still talking about Sith, but interesting. But at 27 minutes, we've had 5 deaths. So Sith has been eliminated, Active Backlash has been eliminated, Nubish has been eliminated, Death by Succubus, and Strike. Death by Succubus was the confirmed Phantom. Everybody else was innocent, and obviously the Paladin. Phantoms do that, says Nubish. I just pressed break. Oh, yeah, it's his first time. Yeah, they're talking about how it's his first time. Again, it happens. Mistakes were made. And we do see the cormorants are going after the comm of Crines. Well, actually, no, they're going after whatever they think the comm is. I don't even know if they know that is him entirely. They just know they see radar signatures down there. They'll eventually chew through all of them, to be honest. They just need to target the right one, and then they'll blow up all the other ones. It's this one, obviously, right here. They don't know that, but we know. Actually, no, it's not. It's this one. That one's going that way. That's why I said Phantoms do that, so he knows next time. Yeah, so they're talking about what typical Phantoms do. And yeah, I mean, the bombers are being eliminated. Oh, we're telling him that in voice chat. Okay, so it looks like they're on comms, which I guess in a 12-player game it would be nice to be on comms to talk to one another and whatnot. Especially Innocents having potentially 8 surviving to about 29 minutes or so. Obviously not this game, but it would be nice to be able to communicate that way instead of typing, because it's just a lot going on. Ignis is probably Phantom and will win this one. He's at 1.4k. I mean, he did assist with the destruction of Death by Succubus, so Husky, Renaz, Legends are Phantoms. Yeah, Husky, Renaz, and Legends, yep. So, and that makes more sense, because like, it doesn't... I mean, definitely Husky for sure, and they haven't marked him. We have missiles inbound. It looks like for Skeptical Husky. He does have some TMD there, so that's going to be dealt with pretty quickly. We do have some Atlantis down here engaging the Omen fleet. And it looks like they've pretty much... Oh, they're making their way southward. It looks like their target is the massive amount of... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of Tempest down there. And there's like one really realistic shield still online for Mr. Snuffleguns, and he has all of his SACUs in the water. He's like, help, get me out of here. He has a couple of mexes over there to the east for that shared island. To the west, where are all these Wagners going, I wonder? Oh, the base is getting shielded decently nicely. We do see him like it online. And then for Legends, no shielding. Looks like he's maybe having some power issues, which would probably explain that. And he's dealing with the inbound forces from Innocents, being Crines, and from, actually, as well, Buttons. His fleet is engaging that of Buttons. He has 3 battleships, Buttons does, and a lot more galaxies for Legends. A lot more. So I don't think that's going to be a realistic issue. Looks like he's trying to rebuild. Crines is trying to rebuild somewhat of a base. I don't know if he'll stay there that long, considering all the bombers and everything else, and the galaxies that are right there. We'll see if he survives to the end. Atlantis are being shot down pretty quickly due to the ground firing, it looks like. Missiles are inbound. There's some Team D on board. Those Omens. They grab a couple of missiles, but they are going to one-tap that Tempest. Oof. Another missile barrage is inbound. And I don't... Oh, and a couple of missiles get grabbed. But again, the volcanoes can only grab so much. And looks a couple of them on board. The cruisers grab one, or a couple of them actually. And that's another Tempest dead. That's 2 Tempest dead back to back. Ooh, did he lead the target well? He did. Oh, that's a 3rd Tempest dead by missile fire. That's very impressive. Bombers are inbound, but they are torp bombers, so they can't target ground targets. We do see a couple of restores running around. We have tons of units inbound from Ignis. To the north, battleships are actually pretty much staying back. That's not great, though. And his power grid... Oh, no. Do they have the target? I think they see the target. There is some AA. They kill off the initial bombers. That's the target in mind. Buttons is being warned. Bombers are going to hit the shielding that comes back online. And looks like even most of them didn't even deploy their payloads. So he's fine, but that looked very dicey for a moment. We do see all those torp bombers running around. We have more strats going after more mexes. I heard an explosion, probably an SACU somewhere to the north. We have Crines being hit by dual Monkey Lords. Looks like he might actually survive again. He's getting pretty lucky with not being hit by all the stuff being sent by Legends. Monkey Lord's now on 2-star vet, getting up to the ranks pretty quickly. He's almost at 3-star. He now is at 3-star with all the RAS comms killed off, and he will escape. But that's all his RAS comps. It's just him and his Monkey Lord, and that is it. Everything else is just defenses. So essentially, Krynes is just dead regardless of whether or not he's actually dead or not. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chickens heading southward. They're probably moving in to try to invade on the land. There are 3 chickens already here. They don't have torpedoes or anything in the water. They're probably just hiding from all the restorers and the whatnot flying around. You could send him in right now, to be honest. There's not a lot of defenses here. The Tempest and all the naval units are focusing. Krynes is defeated by Team Phantom, and he was an innocent, so he was defeated by Legend specifically. So again, like I said, it was just either he was dead because someone was going to kill him very soon, or he was dead because he just didn't have anything at that point. One Monkey Lord, I mean, could have done something, but there's a lot running around at this point, especially for Team Phantoms. So, yeah, not super, super great. Looks like they're dealing with all of the Tempest first, and looks like the chicken's going to be sent in right now. 1, 2, and 3. Now they're opening fire. Legends gets another experimental online. Disagree actives. Can't snipe Snuffle, or I can't snipe Snuffle, says Renaz. And, oh, that's not looking good. Chickens are inbound. They're going to wipe out the entire base. We do see Skeptical is in the pond. He's moving westward. That fleet of galaxies isn't really pushing in. He's just holding back for now. I don't know what he's up to. Oh, or just what is going on with that. That is not great. That is some... Oh, that is unfortunate. He control K's all of them. Oof. I mean, he'll get the reclaim from it, to be honest, but that's gotta suck. All those units built and can't even use them. Oof. It's one thing to lose units pretty quickly because they died, but they were in combat versus just they were stuck on top of one another. That is unfortunate. T3 Naval Headquarters is gone. So no more access to battleships, at least in terms of the T3 variety. He's still producing Tempest, and now he's producing Donuts, which that will help out with the air units from Team Innocent. But honestly, the momentum-wise, I mean, he's lost his main island for the most part. He's still has this secondary island that he grabbed. He still has some more mass. He's still at 1.5, to be fair. He's producing the most mass in the game, but he doesn't really have a lot of units online. He has a lot of infrastructure online. It's just his SACUs, which again is nice for mobility stuff, but in terms of actual units, it's not super great. And with all of those battleships inbound, I feel like he's going to get cornered. He is being cornered literally at this point. Another explosion happened somewhere. Don't really know where that was. Anybody going for a game ender? I mean, that is one of the more popular things to do on Phantom, is build a game ender. But to be fair, I mean, it is a 20 by 20 map, but since there's 12 players, the distance between the islands isn't very big. So unless you want to go for maybe a YOLO and maybe a Paragon, doing artillery is probably not the best idea, because then, again, if this player was a Phantom and this player was an Innocent, it's not super great. So there is a minimum range. I think that might be far enough away, to be honest. But without obviously a artillery there, I wouldn't be able to tell. It looked like a Monkey Lord from Legends came to say hi. And okay, I can just scratch everything I just said about building game enders, because somebody is doing that. Buttons is building one. It is a YOLO. And there were shots raining. Oh, probably from his own units. That would make sense. So that may be game winning if he can keep it online. He's producing 800s. That's decent. He's not producing a whole lot of other units, so looks like he's going for Yasaus, which can work. Again, it's a lot of galaxies to chew through. A lot of SA. They're not reclaiming, are they? They are reclaiming cruisers. That's one way to fight. I mean, you're gonna lose a lot of your SACUs, to be honest, but hey, it'll work. And then I do appreciate the fact that they fixed the SACU reset or preset for RAS for Seraphim, because back in the day with my highlight mod on, these would all be highlighted because they were, I don't know exactly what the coding was, but they were essentially, Seraphim don't have RAS comms, so, or SACUs. So in order to make it balanced for Seraphim, they had to give them to them, just like everybody gets hives. It's the same thing. But whatever they did recently or whatever to remove that, I really appreciate that. So I don't have 1,000 highlighted SACUs and ACU. It's just the ACU, so I appreciate that. Down in the southwest, tons of bombers from Legends kind of hanging out. And looks like most of the fleet from Ignis is being pushed back because the galaxies are inbound. So again, Legends is fighting a war on two fronts with his galaxies. He's splitting up his forces, which isn't super great. But he is trying to defend his western ally in terms of skeptical Husky since he's lost his main island. That's a lot. Oh no, that's a oh no. Oh, and then here come the strats too. Oh, that's gotta hurt for Mr. Snuffleguns. That's a lot of his eco dead. Oof. Oof. That's gotta hurt. And strat bombers are inbound, continuing on to his main base. They're gonna drop a payload on the hives. That's unfortunate. And a quantum gateway, so less SACUs running around for him. We have chickens over here from Buttons invading the secondary base from Team Phantom's Skeptical Husky. So it was the chickens from Ignis, and now it's the chickens from Buttons. Chickens proven to be very, very useful. Again, the Ion Storm's very, very nice to you just throw it in the middle of the base and they die, and then it kills everything off afterwards anyways. So nice little 1-2 punch. How is the YOLO going? It's still in the red and looks like it's not really being focused on at this point. So I'm just gonna sit there. So maybe we won't see a game ender in the Phantom game. It's fine. Honestly, you come for the, depending on the map, the naval warfare. You come for the 1,001 units kind of thing. Looks like some of the Autumns made it to land. That's not going to go very well. Tons of hives over here assisting the production of battleships and cruisers. There's a lot. Wow, there's a lot of Team 1 subs inbound. Wow. That's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. And then the Yassos are coming in afterwards. He went for T1 and then obviously T3 because they don't have T2. We do see that Skeptical Husky are engaging. Renaz is control K-ing. He was a Phantom. He was he knew it was kind of over because the donuts were inbound. So it looks like Skeptical broke with Renaz. The players have been revealed at the games begin. Okay, I feel like that message is late. 40 minutes? That's way too late. Usually it's like 25 or something. 20 to 25 minutes is when that message pops up. That seems really late to me. And of course, Legends in its Skeptical versus the world at this point, at least Team Innocent, with a Phantom dead. That's 2 Phantoms remaining. And that is Legends and Skeptical. I don't know why he went off to attack him, because he's gonna lose. Is he building anything in his base that made him think that... No, those are P-gens. Those aren't nukes. Yeah, I don't know why he built that. That strikes me as odd. Looks like the Atlantis are heading northward. And... looks like there is a chicken added to the mix. We have Autumns as well. The naval facilities for Legends are down. So the Innocents, they'll... unless something crazy happens, it's going to be Innocent game at this point, which is honestly, in my experience, is rare for Innocents to be the winner. Usually it's a Phantom that usually wins the game, but nice to see the Innocents win once in a while. And here comes the chicken. Might as well just send the chicken this way, to be honest. I don't know if he knows what the... that is not the right player. He doesn't know what the comm is. So, there's that. Another dead SACU from Skeptical. Yassos down here in the south for Ignis. Preventing more construction of Tempest. And he still has a decent amount online, to be honest. But again, he's in a corner. And he doesn't have a lot... he still has 1.1k eco, to be honest, but he doesn't have anything on the land, which is not great. He can't call in more from SACUs from the Quantum Gateway because he can't build one because he doesn't have land. P-gens are going down. It's not super great. If he kills off the chicken now, it won't be too bad, as long as it doesn't get somewhat close to the anything. Oh, that P-gen. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, it doesn't survive. It wipes out a decent more amount of hives there. He does lose some stuff, but it's not looking good. So if you rooted for the Phantoms, I don't think that's gonna happen for you, unfortunately. And there's hardly any chat, so they're definitely on all of them, most likely on voice chat. And SAC's blown up to the north from that ion storm. Quantum Gateway, that's going to be unfortunate. Is that his only one? That, I mean, he should be. No, he has one right here, so there's that. But losing one is a little annoying. You can always build another one, but still, when you're being constantly attacked, one more thing to do just adds to the weight. But look at this. I mean, it's going to be an innocent game for sure. We have a chicken inbound from the west, so we went all the way that way, and now it's going that way. And we have another chicken inbound as well. They're attacking the megawatt that's on the shoreline there. The chicken is heavily damaged, however, so I don't imagine that it will be there being alive for long, but they are driving the megalith away, so there's that. And Legends has RAS and T3 on board. No lasers on board, so that's not gonna be helpful. And that Justotha is also heavily damaged as well, so I'm kind of surprised that he's sending them in at all. And that chicken, again, it's not going to take very long to kill it off. 2 more bursts, 1 more burst, and there he goes. There's another chicken, though, and of course the battleships are constantly helping killing off the megalith. Legends is just accepting his fate, I guess, at this point. Wants to die by chicken fire, and he accepts it. And there he goes, killed off by, I think, the battleship, technically. Yep, Ignis gets the kill. He was a Phantom. Chose yes, like a that diet is not healthy. Oh, he's talking about all the donuts. I would agree with that. Not super healthy in terms of all the donuts, but hey, you can have is like maple bar and original glazed and apple fritter, and there's a bunch of different kinds of donuts that are good. So, not a huge fan of like anything jelly filled, but I really like maple and I really like the apple fritters. Those are probably my 2 favorite. But it's just, yeah, it's not looking good over here. He's in the corner of the map. I mean, Innocents have more than enough real estate to play with. He has none. So at this point, there's not really anything he can do. He's probably going to go out in a blaze of glory. We're just trying to kill off as many units as he can. Some ASFs are inbound. That's not going to work. Maybe Phantom should have had 5? I don't know. Too much sugar. But I feel like the only player that kind of got, screwed over was Death by Succubus, because he got sandwiched between 2 innocents that immediately attacked him. Not immediately, but pretty coordinatedly it just attacked him. He had Skeptical here. So you actually had an innocent sandwiched between 2 Phantoms. I don't know why Renaz broke so early. That strikes me a little odd. And then obviously Sith made a mistake on breaking. They thought he was Phantom. Didn't say anything. He died because he was, Paladin. Again, it's unfortunate. It does happen. Obviously, innocents kill one another. So it's just the way of the game. Especially in a 12-player game with 4 Phantoms, the likelihood that an innocent kills an innocent is higher for sure. The donuts are expanding. 45 minutes on the clock and climbing. That is not looking too hot, to be honest. And Bomber, oh, that's going to hurt. I mean, it doesn't do percentage-wise a lot of damage, but it's still annoying. Oh, that's a lot of bombers. We have AA on board the aircraft carriers. Are the Yasaus deployed? Doesn't look like they're deployed, so... No, not deployed. I mean, they're, have surfaced. I always want to say emerged from the water. I don't know why. And that's a lot. That's a lot of AA. And of course, that's because of all the donuts. And you have ASFs there as well. And you have a couple of 61 subs over here hanging out. We have Yasaus inbound as well. Somebody circled something. What? No idea what they're circling. Oh, it's like him right there. Go for him. X marks the spot kind of thing. And they're starting to chew through the hit points on those Zars. First donut is eaten. Second donut, the ASFs don't really engage. But look at all that. Look at this. They're just getting chewed up. We have Yasaus to the north. We have more Yasaus from the east. We have Tempest falling back. We have another donut and another donut eaten. We have, what, 2, 4, 7 more alive? 5 more alive? Something like that. And that looks like another one dead, another one dead. Yeah, it was 7. There was 7 stacked in there. That's what I thought. Looked like 5, but it kind of looked like 7. So there's one. I think there was a baker's dozen at this point. And no, looking too hard. But we knew that, though. We knew that it was going to just be how long can he last at this point, because he's in the corner of the map. His main base and his secondary one got wiped out. Look at all the dead ACUs, though. Jeez. We have a Yasuo essentially underneath that Tempest. Oh, gets killed off right there by that Tempest. And we have battleships inbound. Skeptical's trying to hold the line, but like I said, it's a survival map at this point. Another donut is... the last one is dead. They've all been eaten. And all of their wrecks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that was... Either it was 10 or 12. I feel like there was more than that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, it was only 10. Okay. But there was more. Anyway. Skeptical holding off with his last couple of Tempest. There goes that one. There goes that one. And there goes that one. And now it's just a bunch of SACUs trying to build AA and torpedo launchers, which good luck with all of that. He's going to stay alive for as long as he can. Oh, he doesn't take crash damage from units in the... That would make sense because it's been negated by the pond. That would make sense. I was like, I wonder if a wreck lands on top of you in the water, how that works. But you don't take any damage, so that's good to know. And look at all the, the rust-colored stuff just immediately disappearing. And he's dropping hit points now. Oh, he's in the red, and there he goes. The last Phantom has been... Oh, nice grab there, and the Innocents win the game. 48 minutes on the clock. And that's the game. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Again, it was a little bit of a shorter Phantom game, but hey, it was a 12-player Phantom game. So there's that. But hopefully everybody enjoyed. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the video was, and if you were right or wrong about Phantoms or Innocents winning. Again, thanks so much for watching the very end of the video. Hopefully you're enjoying trick-or-treating. If not, hopefully you're enjoying some candy. And if you don't, then hopefully you're just enjoying your day. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.